So no immediate go into the most important position for roamers. And I think they banned the Earth Spirit and then the Ogre, so they knew that Warriors game would either pick the Centaur or the Slider, and they would get the other. And this limits those roaming possibilities from WG. Even the Sven's actually kind of smart ban too, because it's not only that war cry for as a position 1, but you can also run position 4, Sven, pretty successfully against minus armor strats, and the position 4 pool, remaining. Once again, is getting lower and lower. I mean, even Weaver's gone now, who will see there sometimes, too.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, very strong here right now, too, of course. Egg is banned first phase, all 3 of our first games this morning, so we won't be finding him here today. We do have the Boombox hero already decided. We have Disruptor, we have our Slardar. So obviously they're going to be the 4 or possibly the 3 there for Rappy. Tagged up as Hannah. That guy played exceptionally well so far in this tournament. They didn't have any luck against Faceless, obviously, as they went down 2-0. But CG certainly looking to go into the right back into that final. Head right back on up to face up against Faceless tomorrow.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
There's a potential setup, I suppose, right? If you really wanted to go back for the Shadow Demon. We don't actually see SC Luna too much, but Rappy could just hop on to the Slider. This could be one of those times where it's more beneficial to do that. But there's still a decent offlaner pool left. We've only lost the Darkseer and the Centaur, so not too big of a deal. We can just move into some of those other heroes, perhaps your Legion Commanders, maybe opting in towards what else we have left. They played a lot of Centaur lately for themselves too. I guess we still have like Axe Timber, those kind of heroes there for Rappy. So we'll have to find out exactly what they want to do with their Luna. I think they were kind of forcing their picking their 1 here, I would say. I don't think you want to give away where the Slider is going to go or necessarily decide for yourself where he'll be either.
Radiant team
and an OD choice here, almost as much of a deny pick as it is a pick for themselves here. Yeah.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
He works very well for the roamer too, because they don't have their position 4 available for WG, and we talk about how a lot of them have been banned out. Now with the setup from an OD, you can move into something like even a Nyx Assassin or something. Position 4 can work if it ends up countering something that clutch gamers go for. It even helps earlier rotations from the Centaur if he gets forced out of lane somehow, because we saw how much we had that struggle from Velo in game 3, right? Or was he on the Centaur? Or game 2, I suppose it was, when he was on the Centaur and he got forced out. And I'll speak of the devil. I mean, OD comes to the conversation, so Nyx comes to the brain, and CG will snag it up for themselves. So that secures Rappy's hero. Slider will be in position 4, and we look towards our mid versus OD left in the pool.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Omni Knight.
Radiant team ban.
Interesting pick though, because now that means they're not going to have any pressure on the mid lane. And if you're up against an OD, you either You basically just want to like make sure you can utilize your
5
jungle a little bit
seconds
too. Like
remaining.
you're on Radiant side, so you just kind of want to run away from OD, not have to deal with them too much. I think Invoker
Reserve
will be
time.
fine. We've seen some teams even go back for the Ember, even up against OD, despite it being like a ridiculous counter. If there's no position for like
Dire
pressuring
team
in and you
back.
just want to like head to the jungle, there is that potential. There's the Alchemist, who could be very strong in this situation for clutch gamers, I would say. Like who's gonna come mid and mess with you besides the OD? Like, yes, he's annoying, but you don't really have that much to worry about, honestly.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds
I was looking
remaining.
at that. Is it a crab? Is it supposed to be like a lobster crab shell kind of thing?
Reserve time.
Yeah, I was eyeing that myself. Actually, I was a little confused. But final ban here. Let's see what clutch gamers want. What they shall do. I guess. Well, we've already talked enough about their whole mid idea. Assume mid position 1 for Warriors Gaming. The Drow would have been pretty handy. Make OD even more powerful and potent. And I guess they have to choose now too. So a little bit of a tough call here. They can make a deny play, perhaps. Maybe take the Invoker for themselves. Oh, sorry. Right. We're back to top. I was discussing, right? My bad. Wow.
Dire team pick.
How good Ember is at farming the jungle, guys. They still ban Ember. They're just like, you know what, screw it. Even though we have OD, it's considered like the best against Ember in lane. Let's leave the Tinker, though, who
10
we always talk about as being that
seconds
big ban out. But we'll see. I think it could work okay
5
with Clutch
seconds
Gamers lineup if
remaining.
they want to opt in towards it. Has a lot of the same qualities as the Alchemist or the Ember in terms of like farming jungle and stuff too.
Reserve
So
time.
probably something along those lines for CG. And oh yeah, they have a good Tinker player for sure. So Mr. Armel's played a lot of good heroes this tournament, and he's been playing some other tournaments too. I've definitely seen them win a game on Tinker. So see here. Like a PA would be kind of sick here for Warriors because they have the Omni Knight already. She'll be in the safe lane. She can jump on top of the Luna, and with Repel, they have nothing that goes through the BKB.
10
Plus, they're using a
seconds
lot of
remaining.
physical damage because you're buffing with Corrosive Haze and the Lunar Blessing, and that gives a lot of bonus to your evasion. But instead, they go for
Radiant
Jug.
team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's certainly much safer than something like
5
PA.
seconds
You know, if you go
remaining.
into a fight and you get sackstormed, you do just like lose the game. So there's
Tinker.
undoubtedly a little bit of risk in that sort of a play, and there he is, Dink.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
The match already. And here we go again. So give you start. Oh, where's this one going? Down bottom. Oh, look at that lovely animation of that Centaur War Rider down there. He's TPing the shrine. So, oh, by the way, I did do the investigation. You can see that on the thing, you can see the 4 horns, right? So it is the cosmetics. The cosmetics do show. There you go, guys. We're learning about this new feature. But we still don't know about the size thing. I don't know. XD, yeah. Stupid game. Oh, it's great. It's I had some pizza, some leftover pizza that my wife brought home. It was great, tasty. Really enjoyed that. I'm trying to read what they're writing, but shit. Is that shit? As in shit? Shit. I think X Nova just wrote shit. Oh, they're drawing. They're not very tired. They're fine. Look at them. They're ready to go. They're scribbling. They're having a good time. These guys they gotta do the battle, eh? They gotta make their way through open qualifiers in the regionals. Because they replaced Kang with Ben back in January, so it's looks like they're not gonna do any shenanigans here with their Juggernaut or their Luna. Well, in terms of lanes, no shenanigans. Sorry. Right. Okay. Makes sense.
30 seconds
I was actually thinking about OD Sport the other day. Could it work? Like, could you actually do it? And I decided the determining factor is simply Astral being the level. The cast range is too brutal, you know? I was thinking maybe you could be Shadow Demon essentially, but then utilize like max the aura, and then you're just like this crazy aura fountain that walks around, but it's not quite good enough, guys. The cast range is too bad. This is why Pudge could never be a support until they changed that hook thing. That his hook's just insane at level 1 now. So much better.
The battle begins.
Blessings!
I mean, it's like 1,000 range though. It's like 5 times the range of Nana. Yeah, so support Omni is something we have seen a couple times down Southeast Asia now. Not the most common thing.
Purification.
And they'll just bring X Nova up top and try and zone out Rappy a bit here. So basically you take the Rubik down there, try and get the kill level 1, but if you don't do that, then you just bring him up top and try and work towards this Nyx, who also didn't even start with a Stout, so actually, Rappy, slight punishment here, but I mean, you know, 3 tangos, a salve, not too big of a deal when you have that much HP regen, but, nope. I mean, it's so ugly, who wants that thing? There's so many better Nyx sets. I mean, nothing's ever going to beat that, like, Chinese building one. I don't even understand why people even make other sets for Nyx. That set's so good. It's like a pagoda, or whatever the term is. It looks awesome. Yeah, it is, like, the greatest thing ever. You haven't lived. No.
A soldier's fortune. Regeneration.
What a hero.
Let them take this as an omen.
That's a nice play by X-Nova. I mean, we talked about the lack of position fours that could help rotate and stuff. And when you're that deep, though, and even just Ruby telekinesis, but it's all because of that early point in the Arcane Orb, which we don't always see from OD, of course. But against the Tinker, try and slow him down early. Good choice here by Nana. Yeah, basically he knows he's not going to get any help mid. I think too much focus down bottom, secure the Luna's farm instead. There's no way that he can set up for a side eye rotation, so he doesn't even bother like saving the points. Like he's not even spamming March yet, but he still has it skilled up. Anytime soon, but he can still hold like 5 and 6 points, trying to go for a burst play if the opportunity arises. Like you don't really need 3 points March for any reason.
Denied. The time.
Ben is in trouble bottom.
No.
Yeah, even Glimpse still there too in the end, so no real problems for them. Could set up just a quick zip out of the trees. Lucent Beam, he thought the sidearm must have been rotating or something. Just, you know, I guess sometimes he got like 3 or 4 last hits before he died, so perhaps he's gonna consider. Ooh, scary. Gotta be a little bit cautious about those TPs. You know, even level 1 Glimpse. I solo finds you like that. That can really hurt your laning stage, but won't get caught out this time. Be allowed to stay.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
How did this happen?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, sorry. My phone was beeping. Apologies. I know. Okay, it's just dying its way there. So no, we're all good. Actually, it was my brother texted me, and I was worried he'd give me Legend of Zelda Split. Yeah, right. Thank you.
Find.
Oh, he's living. Tried to get in there for the Fade Bolt at the end of the Astral, but not able to find it. So Tinker survives. He was Reign of Terror. And chased down by illusions. Dex Nova. So yeah, things just relatively chill. I mean, we're just kind of waiting for those levels 6 onto Hannah up here. The important one. Probably going to be a gank. I guess bottom, honestly. Mid's going to be relatively difficult because they have no levels in the rocket. Carmel's just thinking about farm. Not going to find any stacks at 7 minutes though, even with like illusions and boombox. So a little bit of a efficiency error there, I would say. Gotta be considering those with your Tinker. No reason not to be stacking with illusions.
It was not your fate.
Denied.
Yeah, more than likely just our next assassin. But he doesn't have the easiest rotation. So like I want to say it's like he'll just start vendettaing stuff, but his lane's getting pushed in constantly from Jug. By the way, Ajit has had a totally free lane. I mean, we haven't really talked about it, but he's just been doing nothing but farming. And it shows in the net worth, but he has no pressures to worry about. Glimpse rotations don't really affect you. So a solid pick from them over the side of WG. And the group up Ashen for Nana's probably going to start looking pretty scary, right? He'll have his Midas soon, and then once he moves into that first big item, then that's when he's ready to just go with his Omni Knight. So he's mid now. They have a sentry ready for it, though. And that's the idea of the more difficult rotations. Like, level 2 in the Carapace, so kind of hard for him to... Nice stun top on Ajit, but even with all this follow-up, I don't think they can kill him. They would need, like, the Vendetta damage and, like, another stun or something. They get half his HP down, and his courier still just shows up. Yeah, their initiation is pretty late on the side of Warriors Gaming, right? As I said, typical Hood first, so looking for that Blink Dagger. But they're much more about just like the 5-man Dota, and they'll just be stampeding onto your face if you try and contest us at towers. I'm a little intrigued to see what Nano will opt for in terms of his itemization. I don't think it's really a Veil game. Like, sometimes we still get to see that every once in a while, but it doesn't have the best allies to utilize it. On the other hand, it does give you a little bit of armor against the Slardar and stuff, so...
I folders
fortune. Double stun. That was pretty good.
Top tower is under attack.
Nano will take up the bounty rune here and just uses